happy Manga Monday to you. And if you're new, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Zoe and this is my channel, Ms. Manga, where I talk a lot about manga. And I really like how my new setup looks when I'm filming. I'm like thinking even more like tilting. I don't know, gotta work on the placement of the camera still. But I like it. You can see more volumes and you can access more of the volumes, and yeah, I'm just happy. So yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my last video where I rearrange my room. Or don't, it's totally up to you. Anyway, in this video, we're gonna be talking about manga I love with beautiful covers. I know, it's random. It's just like, I was gonna do another underrated manga video, and basically this is kind of that. Some of these are, I think, underrated and go under the radar of people, but some of them I think are getting the attention they deserve. So yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag. But what they have in common are they all have beautiful covers. And 99.9% of the reason I bought all of these were because of the covers. I'm a cover buyer. I'm guilty. I admit it. Let me know in the comments if you are also a cover buyer. I swear, it's like the reason I buy half of the manga at least. Sometimes it's because I heard something about it. A lot of the times now I'll just buy a villainous manga no matter what. But there's just, I don't know, there's something about a pretty cover. It makes me want to buy it more, and usually I do. So yeah, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. We are so close to getting 500 subscribers on the channel. So thank you to everyone who has already subscribed. And hopefully I'm thanking you because you hit the subscribe button. Yes, you, I'm talking to you. All right, with that out of the way, let's talk about manga with beautiful covers. Okay, I'm realizing my new setup, because my ring light is kind of further away, it is now creating shadows over here. So I've kind of moved it, and I think I'm gonna put the manga over there. I don't know, it's what did you expect? It's always a mess up in here. And yeah, so the first manga we're gonna talk about, and kind of the reason I made this whole video, because it's underrated, and the reason I picked up volume 1, beautiful cover, beautiful covers throughout the series. And that manga is Magus of the Library. If you follow me on Insta, which if you don't, why aren't you? You might have already seen a post a while back of me absolutely raving about this manga. I really like it. I think it's not going to be for everyone because it's more slow paced. It's like a slice of life kind of fantasy so far anyway. I've read 4 volumes now out of the 6 that are available. So I'm like taking my time with it. But every time I read a volume, I'm like, oh, that was so good. Like, it's got a touching like heart and soul to this story. And as someone that works at a library, it really hits home for me. A lot of the messages about, you know, libraries, their books being accessible to everyone is a huge deal to me. I think no matter, you know, your economic background or circumstances or race or anything should limit your access to libraries. I think they're really important, especially for young kids. And yeah, I mean, as someone that was a library rat as a kid, like whose family didn't have a ton of money growing up, and so I, you know, took out a lot of books and read a lot of books at the library, and only recently can I actually buy the manga that I obsess over. But anyway, yeah, this story is following Theo, who is this young boy, and the boy on the cover of the first volume. I'm just trying to highlight the beauty of all the volumes, so I'm going to show a couple of each. And Theo is an outcast in not only like the upper echelon of the village he lives in, and is kicked out of the library and is told he'll, you know, dirty the books, he'll rip the books, get out of the library, and is being excluded from the library. He also is kind of an outcast in his own like slum, in the poor section, because he has pointed ears and is of a different race than basically everyone else of the village. And so yeah, he is very down, and this is where we meet Theo, at this low point in his life, and then suddenly his world is turned around by a visit from the Kafnas. So the Kafnas are like the head librarians. They come from this central library of Afzak. That's how I pronounce it, so sorry if I butchered it. But yeah, so these are the librarians. Like, they oversee all the other libraries, and they've gotten wind that this library might not be working as it should be, and to look for a specific tome, book, old book. And so they have like multitude of reasons they're here, and they end up meeting with Theo. So Theo is uplifted by the Kafna, especially one specific member, and is these are kind of the first people other than his sister that he lives with who have taken an interest in him, not treated him as other, and he sees the love and respect that they have towards books, and he then decides he wants to be a Kafna. So that starts his journey to studying and working hard, and hopefully to become a Kafna and work with books, spread the love of books. And yeah, it's really, it just tackles a lot of subjects and issues that are dear to my heart. And I think it's a series like for book lovers. Like, if you love books, if you care about books, if you want other people to care and love and appreciate books, then I think you'll get something out of this series. I also really like that despite it being like slice of life and kind of slow paced, there is interesting things bubbling in the background. There are some more intense moments, like action moments, like sprinkled throughout. But just be warned, this is very much more of a slow paced, like meandering tale. But I super love it. The art is beautiful, not just these beautiful covers, but the art throughout is just 10 out of 10, stunning. And I just enjoy it for like the atmosphere and the journey we're going through with Theo. And yeah, so if that sounds at all appealing to you, I definitely recommend this series. It's so good. I will not stop gushing about it. Yeah. Next up, we are talking about one that I think is getting a good amount of attention, especially because the anime just aired this last summer, so go check that out if you'd rather watch the anime. But I haven't watched it yet. I'm sure it's great. I just really want to talk about how much I love the manga, and that is My Happy Marriage. The covers, I mean, as soon as I saw the covers, even the light novel covers, I'm not usually a light novel buyer, but I'm so tempted every time I see them, because I'm like, but it's got different pretty covers, so I could collect them too. But I haven't yet. Resisting the temptation. But anyway, so this is kind of a Cinderella-inspired slow burn historical romance with a paranormal twist set in Taisho era Japan. That's straight from the back. And is kind of encapsulating the themes of this manga. It's Cinderella, so if you know the story of Cinderella, but to me, it's so much better than Cinderella. Like, I'm not a Cinderella girly. I never have been. That being said, our main character here, Mio, is very much, has the evil stepmother, stepsister situation where she's being, treated very badly at the beginning. And in this scenario, she's kind of sold off essentially to this bad guy, quote unquote. He has a bad reputation, I guess, of like his potential marriage partners never lasting and giving up and leaving his house. So it was a like bad environment since, they all leave him. He must be awful, but he is not awful. The Kudo house is actually so much nicer than her own home is, and they care about her much more than her actual family. So she feels very much more happy in the Kudo house, and this is kind of bothering her stepmother and stepsister, wondering like why she is thriving there. And of course, they get jealous and stuff, but she starts coming out of her shell, and we love to see it. We love to see her gaining some of her confidence back and, becoming more self-assured. And yeah, as the story goes on, I don't usually like the meek mild-mannered girl, but I really understand her situation. She's written well, so she's not pathetic. I think there's a very fine line between like someone that's been beaten down and has had their strength stripped away through the years, and someone who is just kind of meek and that's just their personality. So yeah, these covers, they're seriously masterpieces of art. I love looking at them, and I am super enjoying the series. Of course, the art throughout the whole series itself is really beautiful to look at. The characters, like I said, are really well, written, well developed. And I love that the supernatural magic fantasy element of it is like slowly coming more into play. So yeah, I really love this. I think if you like romance in any capacity, especially like with a little supernatural twist, that's my personal favorite, some fantasy, some supernatural elements, some magic element to it, I think you'll really, really enjoy this one. It's just very well written. Like, it just is. Switching gears for a darker fantasy series, we have The Witch and the Beast. So again, picked it up because of the cover, stayed for the dark fantasy. I wasn't 100% sold on volume 1. I'm gonna say that right now. So this story is a bit weird. We have Gudo, that's how I say their name, again, probably butchering it, I'm sorry, but we have Gudo here, and they are stuck in a less powerful female body, and they were once very great and powerful man. So a witch cursed them and took away a lot of their power, and so now they hate witches, obviously, and are on a mission to not only like, kill all the witches, because F witches, but to find the one witch that cursed Godot and get his true body back, his power back. I honestly love the female Godot. Like, I think the juxtaposition of such a harsh personality inside this very pretty, dainty looking woman, I don't know. I picked it up because I thought Godot was a woman and a badass woman. Technically not, but that's okay, and we're here for them getting their beast boss boy body back. But in the meantime, I'm gonna just enjoy female Godot. So yeah, and then they're traveling around with Ashaf. This is a powerful magic user. They're kind of part of this like organization, and they're traveling around hunting down the witches that the organization tells them about, in the hopes that one of them will be the one that cursed Godot. Yeah, it's dark fantasy. If you like dark fantasy, I think you'll like this one. And let me just share some of the covers. I keep forgetting to like put them down and keep talking about it, so yeah, I'm just gonna share them now. I absolutely love when they have like a striking color scheme. Like this one's all yellow vibes. Then we have this one that's all purple, which is gorgeous. And the series just really gets good. Like I said, I wasn't sold by the first volume. I had to buy 2 volumes until I was like really into it. Godot starts off strong, like intense, like almost too angry and bitter and just kind of horrible to everyone around her. It doesn't matter if it's witches or anybody or Ashaf. Yeah, everybody. But they do kind of mellow out. And I mean, you do understand. They're rightfully bitter for a while, but does smooth out, and their bond between the two, I think, is really great as it goes on. And yeah, this is the latest volume that came out last. Just stunning. I love the rainbow of colors and then the white silhouette. Yeah, it's pretty. Like I said, I love Godot female body. I'll kind of be sad to see it go, but I assume that'll be like the end, like get their body back at the end. So I'll be happy for them. But yeah, it's just a really good story, and I absolutely think it's worth checking out. As the quote from Otaku USA says, it has something for everyone and looks good doing it. I agree. And lastly, we're talking about a villainous series. I absolutely love villainous, repeat, reincarnated, all the above series. But this one is a Korean webtoon and it is full color, and the covers are absolutely stunning, and that is Villains Are Destined to Die. So it's, yeah, just look at it. It's so pretty. And the art throughout is just like so pretty. Like just looking at it is, I drool. It's so pretty. So this is a villain living life in hard mode whose every path leads to death. That's the tagline of the story. And this is, like I said, a villainess reincarnated into an otome game. And she's just lucky enough to have been reincarnated as Penelope, the main villainess of this otome game, on hard mode. I really do like the game setup of this one. It very much plays a part, especially in the beginning of the series. So in the beginning, she has set responses that she can only do, kind of like you're in a video game. So she can only choose like 1 out of 4 options of what she says or does. And she's kind of stuck in that until she clears a certain level, and then she can say whatever she wants, which I thought that was a cool added thing to it, you know, a little twist to it. And then the other like aspect from the game, like as if you were playing this otome game, is that you see the number above the male leads' heads, the men that like fall in love with the female lead. You see how much they hate you. Essentially, like she starts off with some negative numbers in the beginning for some of these male leads. They really don't like her, and she kind of starts winning back some favor. She just wants to get it in the positive numbers and not stir the pot too much, you know, not end up with her being killed by them, which is basically what happens in this original otome game. Is Penelope dies. So yeah, she's trying to not have that happen. And I honestly really like all the male leads. First of all, they are all next level attractive. 2 of them are her quote unquote brothers, so that's a bit hinky. I mean, technically she's adopted into this family. The reason they don't really like her is that she was kind of adopted into this family, sort of as a replacement for their missing sister. It's a bit strange, but yeah, so she gets this second chance at life where she was poor and you know, starving, and now she's in, you know, a great house, wants for nothing, but yet she's being treated as badly. Essentially, she is an outcast. She's harassed by the servants, she's looked down on, and she's treated very harshly from her own brothers, who are 2 of the male leads. They're very attractive, like I said, but they're not like my top picks. There's also this guy that she ends up saving, quote unquote, from slavery, but kind of just makes him her own slave. She doesn't destroy the slave contract, but she's kind to him. So it's a bit weird. It's a bit hinky. You know, it's not flawless. It's not perfect. And then last, and arguably the most attractive of the bunch, is the prince. You can kind of see him in the corner of this one. He gets a bit of a highlight in this volume, and my God, he is just, he's got a bit of a intense aura. He seems very kind of scary in the beginning. I don't know if he's a walking red flag and you should not want him, but my God, I don't care. I want him. He is next level. You know, he's just, whew, yeah. So I'll stop going on and on about him now. But yeah, I think he's my number one pick, being that one of them is kind of in a master servitude situation. I don't know, that's kind of weird. I understand her reasoning behind it because she's just trying to get so she doesn't die. She's really not thinking of them as romantic interests, but these are the potential romantic male lead interests for the female lead. So she's kind of trying to win them over to her side, or just at least enough so that they don't kill her. But you know, I understand her situation. But yeah, it's interesting. When I break it down like that, it kind of sounds like a trashy soap opera, which I'm not saying it's not, but it's fun. It's camp. It's exciting. There's lots of like mystery. It seems to be people working in the background to try and make her the villainess, and you know, so it's not just she used to be a villainess and had a bad attitude. Like, part of it is like there's definitely something going on in the background that's like trying to bring her down, so that's interesting. And yeah, I don't, like I said, the art's beautiful, the guys are beautiful, Penelope is beautiful. So any of that appeals to you, I think you should check it out for the messy drama of it all. And yeah, those were 4 manga slash, I guess, webtoon with gorgeous covers, just eye candy. And I absolutely love the stories within them as well, so I highly recommend all of them. They're all ongoing at the moment, and I'm really enjoying them. I, you know, obviously can't speak to if I'll like them as a complete series or not. You know, that's for the future me to decide. But as of now, I love them all. So yeah, comment below any other series you think are really good series with beautiful covers, and comment if you want me to do more of these kind of underrated or beautiful covers. Any of those things. I like to know, you know, what you guys enjoy. And if you like this video, please, you know, hit that little thumbs up button. Not the thumbs down, the thumbs up. And until next time, bye!